I got a video here showing how to do value within a drawing. My main goal with this entire drawing is to stay away from the line and go for more of a shading aspect. What I mean by that is instead of drawing line, draw a series of lines that end up showing value in the end. You can see that I'm somewhat drawing line, but I quickly just use a line just to get my where I want the placement of the objects shown, and then as soon as that's done, I dive right into the value aspect of the drawing. Alright, as you can see, I'm working in more and more value within these bottles. I'm drawing 2 beer bottles right now that are sitting on top of my drafting table, and there's a line going through the middle of the page that shows the end of the table, or within the drawing that would be the horizon line. Continuing to shade in the bottles, and right now I'm mostly using an H pencil. Probably a good equivalent to that would be an F, an HB, or if you have a 2B, you could probably use that as well. And during this drawing, I don't go any darker than a 3B, but I don't use that until the very, very end of the drawing. In the background of this drawing, I'm adding some cross-hatching. It's basically a series of lines that one series of lines will go one way, and then another series of lines will go a different way, which in the end will create a crisscrossing effect, which is also known as cross-hatching. This is an effect where the more and more lines you put, the darker and darker it gets. So right now, I'm really going to lay into this cross-hatching at this particular part, because with the way the light I have on the bottles is, there's a really big cast shadow on the wall. So I really darken that in, and I'm also right now putting in some shadows for the bottles themselves. Alright, now you're probably wondering why I'm not putting in so much detail as I usually do with all my other drawings. My whole goal with this drawing is to not show that much detail at all. It's just to show the different values within the bottle. Also, if you notice my hand, it's very, very loose on the pencil. I don't get up on the tip of the pencil. The other goal of this drawing is to have very, very, very loose control over the pencil, just to allow the most freedom possible for whatever happens. So it's just a very allows my hand to be very, very free and not a whole lot of control. It actually is very surprising in what effects you gain by having less control. Also, a handy thing to do is every once in a while to draw with your other hand. Draw with the opposite hand that you're used to, and you'd be surprised how well you can actually draw. I was shocked myself, but even though I can't write with my left hand, I can still draw quite well with my left hand. So give that one a shot, and you'd be pretty surprised with what happens. Alright, so right now I started using a paintbrush to start blending some of the lines together, and I switched back and forth between the paintbrush and the blending stump to get different effects. I'm blending these in to make an even tone, and I'm going to be blending in most of the drawing, including the bottles, so the video will get a little shaky at times, but it won't last very long. Alright, so I just switched now from an H pencil to the 2B pencil, and I'm starting to work in some of the darker tones within the drawing. The outsides of the bottles of the one on the left were very, very dark, while the other one was quite interesting with the shadows, and I was having trouble with the one on the right. But again, it's not about the detail, it's just about the value. Alright, so I just grabbed an eraser and I'm starting to add some highlights within the drawing to make it pop a bit. The eraser I'm using, it's a triangular eraser by Generals, and it's just a hard white eraser. You can really use any eraser. As you can see on the very, very far right of my screen, I have 3 erasers sitting there. One's a kneaded eraser, one's a triangular eraser, and the other's a pink eraser. They all do different things, and they're all very, very useful in their own situations. Alright, so I'm starting to come to a conclusion on this drawing. I'm still working in some tones, and right now I'm just darkening the shadows that are cast by the light. There was a particular detail within these shadows, and it was hard to capture it because these beer bottles still had some liquid in them, and with the light that came through the bottles onto the table, it led some lighter circular spots, and it was hard to capture those, and I don't know how to really explain it, but it was kind of interesting. And I find that the more and more you look at your objects that you're drawing, the more and more you'll notice about them. So it's always a good practice to actually set up if you have wine bottles or like glasses or anything like that. Anything for still life, really. You just set it up and you can draw it, and the more and more you look at it, the more and more you notice. Alright, so here I just finished up the drawing, and let me know if you have any questions, and I'll be sure to answer them. So thanks for watching, and take care, everyone. Hey guys, just as a side note, YouTube added something new called the moderator module for the YouTube homepage. I added a little thing there asking what you guys wanted me to do. I'm reaching that 100 sub mark very, very quickly, and I just wanted to see. I've put out a lot of videos, mainly landscape, with many different mediums. Just tell me what you would like to see from me and what medium you'd like to see me do it in. So check out my homepage. You can read the question and tell me what you think. So talk to you later, guys.